last time on the Adventures of Gaia. Poppy, Shiny, the Doctor, and Blynk traveled with the pirate crew to the town of Johnsbad, where they were told to shoot some ghosts haunting the Beerbold's brewery. Much to everyone's surprise, there were indeed ghostly beings, who it turned out were actually faced by some strange white material that had exploded from a misdirected package delivered to the brewery. However, they weren't actually ghosts, and instead we found that...
Doctor! Just let them get on with the show.
Gideon, you are in a dark, musty space. You are confined by many straps and like metal kind of crowbar things have been hammered down to hold you down on the cold metal table. It's dark. You can see bubbling kind of canisters of various chemical substances, and you're looking at there's a dark figure above you moving around. You see they're working kind of on your chest. You see sparks come out. It lights up their face for a second. Like, oh, damn it. God. They give you a dirty look and they keep working on your chest piece. And you see he comes over your face with a saw. He goes, okay, this should work. You start, you're like, I'm getting all sawed up. You hear this in the background. You're like, what kind of noise is that? And you take a look, and suddenly you can't see anything, and all you're doing is smelling and hearing. And you hear him chuckle to himself. My finest work yet. You hear another crack sound. And you feel like the electricity from when he was soldering into your metal chest piece was sparking, and you hear this whoosh again, and it's like it's electrocuting you, and you go to scream, but all that comes out is a goat's bleat, and then you wake up. You wake up breathing heavy. You hit your head as you get up because you can't see anything with your useless goat eyes. And you're staying in the inn at the Beerbold's facility. And you're hearing a whipping sound coming from outside. And that's the sound you're hearing in your dream. You wipe your face.
Is anyone else in the room that I know, or that I would know of?
You tell me, does Gideon partake of any substances to an excess?
Well, I think, didn't we say that
rubbing alcohol is the only thing?
Rubbing alcohol is the only thing that can get Gideon. Yeah, Gideon can't really get drunk, so unless there's copious amounts of rubbing alcohol in the, I don't know, maybe there would be in a brewery. I don't know.
Okay, I'll roll a dice.
But yeah, let's see. I don't know, maybe for cleaning, but other than that.
Ooh, 7. They brought you some cleaning liquid last night.
Weird.
And you tied one on because, heck, you're a goat cyborg, and you needed a bit of a mood adjustment.
Dealt with ghost bullshit last time. Yeah, I mean, understandable.
Indeed you did. Okay, so they just let you pass out kind of in the main common room. The main common room is a bunch of just pillows. It's kind of got like a hookah in the corner with like long, it's like almost like an alien or robotic device with long kind of cables that you can smoke various substances in. It's got water in it. It almost looks like some kind of weird robot from Stories or an alien or something. And you have a pounding headache from the hangover. But what's not making it easier is you hear this whipping sound, and then Poppy saying something. You can hear it coming from outside, echoing from outside of the this common room you've passed out in last night. They just left you.
I was going to say, I imagine it's pretty hard to move a giant metal goat. So, I mean, understandable that they just kind of like, you know what? Yeah, he'll be fine. Yeah,
You're not the only one who passed out there.
Okay.
A bunch of the other sailors did pass out amongst you. Actually, you're kind of half interspersed with there's arms and legs over you of the sailors. You're kind of like kind of push them off you, slightly disgusted, I presume.
Is the cane anywhere nearby?
Yep, always. Pop, pop, pop. You put your hand on it.
Okay.
The hard, long rod of a very smooth material.
Okay. Yeah, Gideon, I guess, would as carefully to avoid stepping on the whoever else is out there, would move towards the sound. But I guess, in no hurry, in no hurry is he moving across the room, because I imagine he's not feeling great. But
you did drink a whole thing of Gaiasol, so no, you're not feeling so great.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that probably isn't. It probably isn't great, to continue doing. But whatever.
No.
But yeah, Gideon's gonna move towards the sound that's going on, because that's definitely it's not a familiar sound, is it?
No, not at all.
Yeah, then Gideon would definitely move towards that.
All right, Gideon gets up and tries to move in the darkness towards the light, going through drapes and curtains, stumbling around. You step on someone, you hear a crunching sound. They go, "Oh!"
Yeah, he's just gonna keep going.
All right.
That's a problem for later.
It was just some minor ligaments and perhaps their testicles. So
Oh, that's fine then.
not a big deal at all.
2 needs of those, nothing. It's fine.
Okay. All right. You try to traverse towards the light. Poppy, you and Blynk and Mr. Shiny are outside. You have no idea why it's called John's Bad. You did talk a little bit with the sheriffs of Beer Bolts last night. There's 3 of them. You met them last night at the brewery when you were slaying the ghost and solving the crime, solving the mystery. They told you that the lake is called Lake John, and it's called John's Bad because there's a man named John, and he is the leader of the Beer Bolts family, the renowned brewers. And they took all visitors to the inn, which is on the very south end of the city here. And you have left the gates, you've left the walls, you're out here in the fields, just south of the city, because you wanted to practice your whip. So you're standing on top of a hill, you're focusing your mind, trying to remember what that wizard taught you, and the pink crackling energy kind of envelops around your hand, and you with all your might kind of flip it, and you crack a Mr. Shiny is holding up just like a little hologram target floating there. You crack it, goes 10 points. He goes, Blynk is sitting there on a rock, a little bit cold.
You need help?
Help?
Yeah, you need help?
Can I contemplate how Blynk could possibly help?
Okay, she looks at you, or they look at you. You're not really quite sure what gender appellation they prefer. But
Neither are they.
So here's Blynk,
Yup.
an androgynous being, cat-like, and a little bit on the cool side, holding their torso, holding themselves, because it's a little bit cool out in the morning. There's a bit of it's nothing but rolling hills of grassland and then grains that you see constant robots harvesting to make the copious amounts of ale and beer. Poppy here is dressed in her characteristic steampunk attire.
Shorts. That's the look this season in Gaia.
Yeah, both you are wearing shorts actually, except you have some tights and you have some boots that keeps you a little bit warmer. And Mr. Shiny, of course, is a strange alien-looking robot that has strange ghostly-like features, yellow, white, and black highlights. And he likes to wear a cloak, a tattered. It's probably someone's rug or drape or a big, tall, because he's almost 10 feet tall. He weighs almost 500 pounds at the moment. He stands there with that kind of happy, absent look on his face. Okay, you see Gideon approaching from the gates, which are open.
Oh, good. I avoid the question of how Blynk could possibly help and wave. I go, Doctor! How's Doctor looking after drinking cleaning solution?
A quart of cleaning solution.
Not great. I mean, probably not that Gideon really oftentimes looks great. He doesn't really have a sense of maybe you should groom a goat head regularly or something. You know, like you'd think like with fur it'd be a little like response. No. So somehow Gideon has managed to look even worse than usual, despite the kind of like cockeyed, derpy goat look that, you know, you just kind of got going all the time. It is somehow worse.
Okay, he hobbles up with his cane. He's not looking too great. He's not. Usually, Gideon actually moves with a kind of a proficiency with his cane, kind of flings it out, and you get the sense. You saw him wield it when you're fighting the ghost, or he tried to use it against a ghost. It didn't really go too well, but he seemed to have some training in that sort. Seemed to know how to move it around and attack with it pretty well. You were fairly impressed. Not that you were that good of judging how good a sword fighter is, but you did spend some time in the Byrak Barony, and they all pride themselves on their sword prowess, and so you have some knowledge of swordmen. Let's put it that way.
I had that sword boyfriend. I forget his name. Really, I forget his name, but he was nice.
He was nice for the time.
Okay, turn to Shiny. How many points do I have? I guess it's good for today.
Okay, Gideon, you realize the source of the terrible noise you were hearing. But she's practicing some kind of strange... She's conjuring some kind of strange energy out of her hand and is wielding it kind of like a whip, and it kind of coils out in a pink kind of energy with white sparks coming off it, and she can whip it out in the air, and it whoosh, makes a cracking noise. It's quite impressive.
It's really cool.
Okay, I'll say Gideon hangs back and kind of leans on the cane.
I wait for Gideon to praise me. And I give up. When are the sailors leaving? It's getting boring here, I imagine.
I was hoping you had an answer for me, because I'm a little out of sorts this morning.
Yeah, so you're trying cleaning fluid.
Everyone has their vices, right? I'm a little out of sorts this morning. I was hoping perhaps you had answers, but I was awoken when you decided that it was time to that. So
it was precisely time to that. Yeah. I know, Mr. Shiny. Getting better. I didn't hit you. Really?
And
you might have hit him once or twice.
And what exactly is that now? You'll have to forgive my I do have some idea of what you were doing, but not much. Could you?
It's my mental whip.
Mental whip. That does sound like something that you would have, of course. Why not?
And it's pretty.
Thank you. I'm starting to like Blynk
plus
more.
one Blynk.
I'm liking Blynk more and more every day.
I'm sure it's lovely, but I will have to say that waking up to that sound is not pretty. If you could perhaps do it quietly next time.
Or you could perhaps not drink cleaning fluid. I feel like that's bad for you. I woke up with the sun, so it really wasn't a problem.
And you woke up with me. The god says in your head.
Oh yeah, right. I'm like, who is that? Yep.
I think we can have time to critique each other's choices later, but for now, we shouldn't be staying here too terribly long, correct?
I don't know. Where was the captain? Something. I forget his name.
The captain. Captain Blick?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Captain Aches Blick,
Oh,
the
yeah, right.
vile member of the Crimson Moon. So vile, in fact, he has 2 peg legs, 2 hook arms, 2 patches, and 2 feathers in his giant black pirate Captain Crunch hat.
Oh, perfect.
So vile, in fact, they did not seem to know him when they tried to kill us yesterday.
That's how vile he is. Even the Crimson Moon tries to destroy him.
Even the Crimson Moon is like, wow, screw that guy. Yeah.
You're too badass to be part of us. We got to get you.
So where was he? Did we see where he left?
All of you had filed into the Pleasure Palace, the Pleasure Inn it's called, last night. It's kind of like an adobe kind of building. It's kind of a domed building. There's tents in the middle, and there's rooms all the way around it. It looks like this.
Cool.
Here's the door.
Woohoo.
Here's the hallway. That's carpeted. There's tiles all the way around the front. And these are all private little rooms. So let's flash back to last night when you guys were there. All the sailors were there. You're all sitting, lounging amongst these pillows. You walked in there with sheriffs of beer bowls, Captain Jompt, Badekill, and Emblo. And you were met with 3 individuals. Someone named Quirkle, who is a beautiful woman who told stories. She's a bard. Someone named Ezhibja. Ezhibja. This is a 4-foot flying robot insect wearing a nightie. That's the geisha, kind of the pleasure individual of the house. The host's name is Tulam, and the fish-scaled chef, his name is Jule. And all these private rooms is where the pleasure robot takes people and pleases them. Their manner of pleasing is that they kind of sit in your lap and buzz, and you feel apparently ecstasy.
Wild.
And so the sailors and everyone enjoyed the pleasure last night. You remember at some point Gideon maybe feeling left out, or perhaps being angry, or perhaps just, I don't know, going crazy or something, tipped over one of the cleaning droids and started drinking the cleaning solution out of it.
It was
Proceeded to do that. The robot's like, put me down. I'm trying to clean. Glug, 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 glug. Gideon's lame goat eyes looking hither and nigh as his tongue hung out with one side and cleaning solution fell out the other. Glug, 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 glug. Put me down. This is quite improper. I'm not here for pleasure, sir.
It was clear the fact that the pleasure palace, or whatever you called it, is carpeted.
Yes.
That is absolutely why. Gideon just realized that, oh man. Carpeted flooring in a pleasure palace.
Ezhibja, who's called Ease, or Easy for short, is the 4-foot insect flying robot. Has some kind of psionic ability to cause pleasure. And a lot of the sailors and various people took advantage of that. They didn't talk with Shiny very much. Didn't seem to like Shiny.
I got my own happy robot.
That's
Anyone who's kind of standoffish with Shiny gets axed on my list.
Please don't call it the happy robot. It's a very bad name for Mr. Shiny.
You never know. Who knows what? Sometimes if Poppy gets lonely at night when they're on the road.
Whoa! This went in a direction I did not mean.
He can't shapeshift into anything.
No, stop. Stop.
Okay, this is the joking. This is the joking he did last night. It's around that point that Gideon decided he needed to destroy his brain.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that was probably
no more thinking.
No, I'm sure Gideon with the rhetoric of, being or believing in anything. Oh man, screw that! And then Gideon broke open a robot. So I mean, apparently that was. People deal with things different ways, and apparently that's how Gideon dealt with the impending void, I guess.
Yes, the void of despair, of entropy, of the inevitable breaking down. Okay. So you could have sworn you heard female whispers in your mind as you guzzled down that Gaia-sol.
Did this affect Blynk at all? Because I have a feeling Blynk's happiness is incorruptible.
Strangely enough, Blynk did not act any differently from being completely shit-tank drunk or whatever she was last night, partying with people, to right now. They are exactly the same pretty much at all moments.
It's Kareh's blessing.
That's right. You're all together there in the main pleasure room in the middle.
Whoa.
So those memories are... Sorry, those memories are fading away. At one point, the sheriff, the sheriffs of Beerbolds retreated for the evening, and you all either passed out and or found a nice softer place to sleep. Of course, Kareh dismantled you and took you to his bosom in the Celestial Temple for the evening, and then you were reconstituted in the morning.
I imagine that's pretty comfortable.
Of course.
I imagine it's pretty comfortable. plus one, Emmett.
I'm serious. I was being serious, but but thank you.
Wait, did Blynk?
No, you didn't see that.
Plunk.
No.
Okay.
You didn't see that. Just Blynk just laid down on some pillows and went to sleep, as far as you know.
Oh, I thought Blynk was like pixelated and disappeared or something.
Nope.
Okay.
Not in front of you. You didn't see that.
Okay. I'm feeling that the name Blynk is more of a descriptor rather than an actual name.
That's what Kareh calls me.
Like cool.
So Blynk randomly just kind of goes blank and
Yes. Yes. As if she's picking up a transmission. She doesn't literally do this, but she's kind of like for a second and then smiles.
Does Blynk drink cleaning solution?
No, not that you saw.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Gaiasol is a very lethal poison. You're not sure how Gideon is still alive, mostly because he's a cyborg.
Gideon is mostly robotics, so I mean...
Okay, I'm hungry. Okay, Poppy starts walking.
Okay, you see the first officer come running out to you.
No.
You can't remember his name. What was it? Knock.
Okay.
He's walking on his arms. He comes out. Goes, Miss Poppy.
Yep.
Captain wants to see you. I think they're setting out, but I think he's got some other mission in mind for you.
I think he owes us money. Okay, come on. Crew.
All
Okay,
right.
the first officer rolls his eyes as if that was the understatement of the century. Of course the captain owes you money.
He owes everyone money. What are you talking about?
Okay, we go look for Blynk.
Okay, you go back inside the Beerbolds facility.
Okay.
Just as you're going to walk back inside, you're hearing some commotion and some yelling inside the city. You see some guys walking on top of the wall, and they're going, "Blah!" They're pointing behind you, and they're yelling. And
Towards us?
Mhm.
Is there something behind us?
I'll look behind you.
Yeah, is there?
okay, Blynk. Okay, Blynk, you turn around. Kind of this smile on your face. Okay, all right, so a bunch of bandits come riding steampunk bots. You see they've got bags of ammunition, and they've got big guns. All right, and they have a glowing chip in their throats. You can see they're synchronized blinking.
So
If we just walk back in, like if we just walk inside, like we don't have to deal with this, right? Like we're not trapped, or
Let's see.
Right.
I would like to retreat and shoot.
Uh-oh. Looks
Or
like you're going to have to deal with part of this. They're riding almost like, imagine the bottom half of an ostrich, but without a head. And they're grabbing the wings and driving with those. And there's like a steampunk kind of with gears and steams coming out. And these things are going running around. But you see it's got two big eyes in the front. They go.
Oh, weird.
So they're riding these things, and they got guns. And they go, they got big, long guns, like 8 feet long rifles with huge scopes on them.
Oh, good. They do have range.
They go,
things.
hey-ya! You see a bullet goes ping off Mr. Shiny. Ping! Mr. Shiny goes,
That.
he looks around. Turns around. Burp, burp.
Okay, I have quick draw, so I would like to shoot them.
They are around 290 meters.
Oh, really too far for me to shoot.
They're taking pot shots at you.
Oh,
You probably have time. It's because they have very long-range rifles that they're able to take shots at you. You probably could get inside the...
Yeah, I was gonna say Gideon. I mean Gideon. I don't have anything ranged. Gideon is absolutely gonna try and make the gate.
Okay, you see the Captain Autumn comes out. They're all feathered. They go, come on. Get in here. Come on.
Go in, run.
Okay.
Blynk follows Poppy
Okay, Mr.
wherever she goes.
I have
Okay.
Zag run.
Okay.
Blynk can't chase me running like this.
Poppy's going, whoa, just dodging around randomly. It's not like any soldier ever taught her how to do this. She's just running at random, like crazy.
I'm pretty good at it. Oh, Yeah, I'm decent at it.
And Mr. Shiny, with a 10, it's a critical. He stands up kind of behind all you guys, and this giant orange force field comes up, glowing with hexagons in it. They're shooting. Bullets are bouncing off it. There's like a little just thud, thud, thud on the force field. And he goes, he's walking backwards, and he kind of turns, and he's looking this way, and another eye comes out this side. He's looking both sides simultaneously, covering you as you retreat.
Gideon draws the sword, but I mean, can't really do much from almost 300 meters away, so heading for that gate for sure.
Okay, you hear this big minigun kind of cannons with multiple barrels in a circle with like a long chain on top. Way bigger than you think it would need to be. You see the beer bowls guards go start firing it. You feel the whole ground shake, boop, 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 as they're firing it. Your ears go fuck, 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 fuck. Gideon, you're like, it's incredibly. It's loud enough just for the regular humanoids. For you, it's nearly unbearable.
It's too loud. For Gideon, would probably, incapacitate him at least temporarily, to where he drops something or would be unable to respond right away or something like that. Because his hearing is incredibly sensitive.
Sure, roll metabolic rate to see if you get disoriented.
46, which makes it, but this is
okay. You kind of hold your cane and kind of run forward and kind of bump into Poppy a little bit.
Okay.
Does not apologize.
I help the doctor as much as I can, guide him, knowing that he uses hearing to get around.
All right, that was kind of you. Okay, so Poppy get +1 for the act of kindness. That can go into your AE. You all get +3 for surviving the deadly encounter. Mr. Shiny stops and stands there as the bullets kind of reflect off, but they gallop off. And after a while, you don't see them, and the giant, stupid ear blaster cannon stops firing after a while. There's some smoke coming off it. You can smell that special gun smoke smell.
Is there, are there people that are clearly the ones that shot the guns?
Some of the beer bowls workers, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say Gideon immediately, when the sound is gone, stands up and turns around and looks at him and says, "Now, what exactly was the big idea with that thing?"
I think it was to save us.
Yeah. Understandable. But from what I understand, we don't need to be shooting war cannons at whatever the hell was coming from that way.
Just simply 4 bandits.
What exactly do you need those for?
Okay, the blue, the feathered android, Captain Jumped, comes walking up and says, "Hi, sorry about your ears, Doctor. We have to show a good show of force to make sure they don't come back."
Does this happen to you often?
Aye, it does.
So they do come back.
Every now and then again.
The more important question is, where's breakfast? Okay, I start walking.
Okay, they smile. You can get breakfast inside the inn.
Great.
Captain, I'm sorry, officer, I guess would be more appropriate.
You can call me Captain.
Sure. It seems a little excessive to have a gun like that firing at bandits. There's nothing else out here, is there?
Jumped snickers. You haven't been here long, have you? We have our share of monsters and bandits we have to take care of.
Well, Gideon's gonna go get food.
I think your captain's going to talk to you about that.
Of course he is.
If I hear that, I roll my eyes. Oh, he hasn't paid us for the other one yet.
But I do think Julie made you something for breakfast. You should go inside the Pleasure Inn. Get your fill.
Wait.
Before all the sailors do.
They make the food in the place with the carpet.
Aye. Best food in town.
I do think we should avoid thinking about that one for too long.
Gross. I know, that's what I think too. Ugh.
Never had carpet food.
You don't want to.
I don't think
Okay, you see Captain Blynk is out with one of his hooks. He's got one of his patches up. He's kind of looking around to see if all the fighting's done. Sees you. He goes, there you are.
Well, we were just going to have carpet food. No.
He hobbles up. He goes, I got questions.
I do too. Where's our money?
Your money's coming. Your money's coming. I'll get it to you.
Okay, well, we'll be waiting. We're going to eat some carpet food.
Okay, you walk by him. He goes, tries to hobble behind you. Mr. Shiny goes, and just kind of shifts his pixels over him, and reconstitutes on the other side, keeps walking. Not fair, robot. I hate it when you do that.
I love it when you do that, Shine.
Okay, you go back inside the inn. You go up to the steps. You see they've opened up all the curtains and kind of put tables down. And you see there's a lot more people in here, and now it's all kind of a common room. And they're eating kind of little fruits, little pieces of meat, crackers, some bread. It smells good enough. None of it's really cooked, unless the bread. You don't see any ovens to cook the bread here, so you can't imagine it's cooked here.
I lean to Gideon. I say, that cleaning solution you drank, was it high grade?
I wouldn't.
Well, you're a doctor. Was it good for cleaning? Because we're gonna eat
It certainly
in the pleasure house.
cleaned my yes.
Okay, great. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You see the little cleaning robot is coming down the hallway. It sees Gideon, goes, starts driving away. Mr. Shiny goes, Shiny.
Okay, I've had him. I say, exactly. Okay.
Blynk will eat bread.
You do believe he was laughing at you, Doctor. I'm sorry, Kareh. You do believe he was laughing at you, Doctor. Go ahead, Kareh. Sorry.
I was just going to say that Blink's going to eat some bread for the first time.
Okay. You're like, ooh, I've heard about this food thing. Okay, you sit down. You're like, Okay, you start eating it. Okay, it's not too bad.
Got a pretty good taste sense, so.
Yeah, Gideon does not care and will go to.
Well, you're a goat.
Yeah, goats will eat pretty much anything. Okay, his head is a goat. His brain is not. So, but still, I mean, that has nothing to do with the goat thing. It's just a Gideon thing.
Okay, Gideon, you sit down. You start eating the tablecloth.
Okay. My group of fellow travelers are odd, but
If by odd you mean awesome, yes.
Yes.
okay, I sit down and find some food, and I wait because I know the captain's probably going to catch up.
You hear this noise getting louder as he gets close to you. I told you, don't walk away from me when I'm talking to you, Poppy. I don't care how good your guns are. Okay, he gets behind you. You've already literally had 2 or 3 pieces of fruit, some nuts, and eaten some bread already, putting like a buttery spread on it that they make here. It's quite good. Surprisingly good. You see there's a lot of the Beer Bowls workers in here. They're all wearing the same kind of overalls. They've got like lines. They got like kind of little kind of puffy hats on with lines on it and overalls. And they eat and they kind of get up. They kind of aimlessly walk out here or there. Geizens of many different forms of descriptions.
Did they figure out who sent that ghost making box?
Nobody's talked to you about it if they have. Anybody who cares can roll CE. It's probably only Gideon who's paying attention.
By cares, do you mean an effective empathy score that is high? Or cares?
That, or also cares about solving mysteries or what's going on here or the plight of others, that kind of a deal.
Ooh, that would
Success again.
not be Poppy.
Blynk cares about Poppy. That's
Yeah.
That's fair. A regular success again for Gideon.
Okay, Gideon, you're getting the sense that these workers are, let's just say they're not very enthusiastic about their job. They're nonplussed about their work.
Underpaid. I understand it completely.
You do understand it completely, and you're getting more of the sense that they're maybe even worked a little too hard. There's a lot of grumbling. There's not even grumbling, complaining. They're so tired they don't even have time to grumble and complain.
This is exactly what it's like working in the high school. I completely understand.
Brewing beer brewing new minds. It's
Exactly, it's the same thing.
Poppy has a foot up on a table, just eating. I figure we're eating in the pleasure palace. Can't get any growth.
sure, you got your arm up, you're eating, you spread yourself out, you're leaning on Mr. Shiny. Mr. Shiny goes, He's still laughing at the robot incident. You're pretty sure that's what he's laughing at. Kareh says to you, Blynk, good. You've got their trust. Keep it.
Yes, sir.
If Blynk stares at Poppy too much, she will kind of shift. Look another way.
That doesn't stop Blynk.
+2, Blynk. Okay, the only time Blink's not looking at you is when she kind of stares off blankly and then dials back into reality and looks back at you. You're not really sure where she goes when that happens.
Did you say that Captain, though, was coming up on us now?
He's been yammering something for some time now.
So he's
All right, fine. I'll pay you when we get there.
No,
Arr, you
said
know
you
I'm a
paid
pirate and we don't have a lot of money.
now. You said you were getting paid when we got here.
really...
Well, there could be a slight problem with the pay. Maybe they didn't like the way you handled the ghost. There was some damage to some of the containers. Something was said about bullet holes in them or something. Now they can't brew in them, I think.
Okay, I
What
look
did they
at.
expect? You
He scratches his face.
sharpshooter to ghosts.
In fact, you said you needed someone who could shoot guns that would fix it.
Who the hell are you anyway? He says to Blink.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
just
never
Poppy's
mind.
friend.
Oh, I don't care. I really don't. Whatever. All right, fine. I'll pay you. What did I say I'd pay you?
All of it.
All of it?
That's what you said.
He lifts up both patches. What are you bleeding daft? I can't pay you all of the money. I gotta pay Knob, and I gotta pay
No.
Gideon here, the good doctor, and I gotta pay all the rest of the sailors.
The money that the hounds were paying you specifically for the ghost job.
Ixnay on the ounds, hey. Shh, quiet.
Quiet costs extra.
Gideon nods.
Okay, the fish-scaled chef who was dishing some food out, Julie, kind of cocks an eyebrow and looks over when the word hounds is mentioned. Captain Blynk goes, kind of waves at him. Kind of blinks his big gold eyes and takes his food and goes away.
Why do I have a feeling that we're not getting paid?
You're gonna get paid, Doctor.
What, Blynk?
Do you ever get paid?
Did we ever get paid, Shiny? Hey! We've never gotten paid. Wait a minute.
All right, fine. Okay, here. All right, they paid me in...
It better not
They
be.
paid me in...
Dice.
I keep rolling things, and it's like, nope. I've rolled like 3 98s. All right, here. Tell you what. They paid me in information.
Oh, are you kidding me? We can't spend...
No. Wait. Listen. This is a sure thing. We're going to make tons of money.
No.
I'm
And
pretty sure you
it'll...
said they paid you 92,000 core credits.
plus
I
one.
thought it was 98, but yeah.
All right, well, that's what this is. This is worth 9 million core credits, this job.
Is
We're
it?
not doing another job. You haven't paid us.
Well, I got here and they said all they had was information. They're having a bad season because of the Raiders and all. It's those damn Diati family. But you can get them off Beer Bull's back
No.
and solve a problem for them at the same time.
No.
All you have to do is just a little job, just a tiny little job, just tiny, just like this. See, tiny.
That's what I see. Tiny bank account.
Burp, burp.
Exactly.
No, Shiny, it's not terrible.
It is.
No. Okay, listen. There's a cave south of here.
Huh?
It's a little cave. It's just a little thing. Not a problem.
You'll fit
You guys
in great.
go,
Nope.
and with your big robot here, punk.
No. Nobody's going shiny.
I'll let you keep 50% of what you find.
Of nothing. You gave us 100% of nothing yesterday. Let me see. 100% of
So
nothing.
listen,
Is
I could go with my men
nothing?
here, my sailors. He points to all the sailors who are all like, oh, super hungover and like, oh, you're pretty sure that one there is unconscious. That one might be dead.
Okay, we'll wait for
I
you.
could take my men and
Okay,
we
well,
could go to the cave
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
and get all the treasure. There's millions of core credits of treasure in this cave.
Uh-huh.
It's owned by the old, what are they called? Dyadi family, I think. Whatever. The noble family to the south. So
Well,
they've
we'll wait
fallen
for
into
ya.
disrepute.
We'll wait for you.
They've fallen into disrepute.
Mm-hmm.
And they need, that's who the raiders were. And so all you got to do is go past the raiders into the cave. And if you solve the mystery of the cave, you get all the treasure.
We'll wait for you here.
Why do I think that, again, as Poppy so eloquently said, 100% of nothing is still nothing, and 50% of nothing is even more nothing, less nothing? Regardless, it's nothing.
Hey, maybe you could go to that cave place and get all the money and then pay Poppy all the stuff you owe her.
Oh,
That's why I like this one.
all right, well, good luck getting back on my ship then. Then he
But
turns around, because come on, men. All the sailors start to get up. And you too, Doctor. You could stay with Miss Poppy if you find her so impressive. Arr. He turns around.
Gideon, have you ever gotten paid?
Has Gideon ever gotten paid?
Not really. They fed you, if you want to call that food.
God. Yeah, Gideon's not gonna move. We did talk about potential mutiny on the way here, so I mean,
It's true. It's true. You did.
yeah, Gideon's
Okay.
gonna stay in here.
Just as fast as they were in there to eat, all of the sailors kind of slum out. You see first officer nod, goes, both arms comes up. He's like, "Choo." Says his goodbyes and walks out in his hands. "Choo, choo, 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 choo. Wait for me, Captain. Is this a good idea? She's the best shot we've ever had. Blah, blah, blah. He keeps talking as they leave. Okay, you're left pretty much alone in there. There's a couple other beer bowls individuals. Captain Jumped and a couple of his two other men. The man in the big armor and who's pretty good looking. He was getting on with the bard last night a little bit. And the insect-eyed android are sitting at the far end, away from you.
I guess we need to find a way to get out of here.
Oh, so we're just leaving now.
Well, you can do whatever you want, Doctor. Okay. Poppy stands up. Goes
Well,
down
we
to
did
the
these guys a favor. Maybe they'd let us stay.
in a place that doesn't involve a pleasure carpet. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay.
Anyways, pleasure.
Let's
carpet.
walk to... Yeah. Shiny can't get infected by what's on that carpet. Okay. Poppy walks down to the captain.
Okay. You see them. He sees you coming. He stands up. He kind of finishes putting some food in his mouth, wipes his mouth off, and says, I heard you had a good talk with your captain there.
Former captain.
He snickers only slightly.
Former captain. So,
Former captain, if we're being honest here.
He runs his, they run their hands through their quilled kind of blue and white feathers. That looks just like hair, essentially.
oh, cool. So, is there an actual issue that you need help with?
Aye, there is.
And,
Okay.
And
yeah.
that would be...
You didn't sound very interested when the captain asked you.
Because he wasn't going to pay us. He still hasn't paid us for what we did yesterday.
Well, I guess that could be a problem. You don't have to worry about the Beer Balls family. They pay on time. It's one thing they do. He looks at the other men.
Gideon's gonna stay standing, but listening.
Okay.
Non-committal.
Says, all right, well, long story short, says, he goes, puts a little device, puts a hologram on the table so you can kind of see a map. Up here is Beerballs. It's a wide land, much grassland, wheat, good for making ale and beer. But to the south here is the Anudayati family. One time in history, they were a noble family of high standing. But either through their own foolishness, or perhaps from a curse, they seem to have fallen into some disrepute and become nothing more than brigands and raiders. That's who attacked us this morning, was the Dyatis. Says, you see this dark cavern here?
Mm-hmm.
There's a locked portal, but it's said that there's some kind of treasure of the Dyati family there.
And how exactly were you thinking we would get through that portal if it's locked?
He says, well, this is about 50 kilometers. If you can get past here in the southern ridge without them seeing you, you can get into the dark cavern. John Beerballs expects there's a couple things that'll happen then. One, you'll soundly determine if there's a curse or not. If there is, hopefully you can solve it as well as you solved our ghost problem. You seem to be pretty handy with those. He looks at Poppy with those guns there.
You'll have to forgive me, Captain, but I'm not too inclined to believe that there's a curse at work here in.
If memory serves, Doctor, I do not think you thought there was ghosts either.
You wouldn't be wrong, Captain.